Barbie, blonde, pretty, skinny, a girl's plaything, unrealistic, feminist hater guts.
He ain't lying.
Fast forward to 2023, she's now a feminist icon? Okay. I'm Jasper Gonzo, and this
You serious?
is what's next. Happy Monday, peeps. Jasper Gonzo, what's next? Your daily dose of common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys enjoy your day today as we begin a new week. Well, what has been talked about over the weekend? Could it be dementia? Well, for some. Could it be what's going on in sports? For some. But let's be realistic here. It's about Barbie. It's been Barbie all day, every day, for the entire weekend. Why? Well, Barbie, who started out 64 years ago as a girl's plaything. Blonde, skinny, unrealistic, feminist, hated her guts. Fast forward to 2023, she has now become a feminist icon because now she's empowered, she's woke, and she's got to fight the patriarchy. Well, isn't that nice? This, out of PJ Media. The based and hilarious reason Gen Z bros are flocking to the new Barbie flick. Gen Z bros. It's hilarious to see woke millennials praising Barbie as a feminist icon. For the entirety of my Gen X lifespan, feminists have hated Barbie with the burning intensity of 1,000 suns. Her figure was unrealistic. Mattel's attempt to make her a career woman were patronizing. She's too blonde, too pretty. But now all of a sudden, Barbie's a feminist icon. The new Barbie movie stylized fantasy in which the patriarchy is alive and well, and Barbie must smash it by ditching her childish dream world and embracing the feminist ideal lifespan. Spinsterhood. We've reached a point where it's no longer possible to take the woke seriously. They've gone so far around the bend that their gibberish has transcended parody and reached inconceivable levels. They've got to be kidding. Anyone who still has a shred of ability to think analytically says they can't possibly believe that. It's got to be a joke. While millennials are the children of boomer hippies, Gen Z was raised by Gen X, so naturally, they turned out to be a pretty canny crew. They've looked at the garbage preached by the elders and thoroughly brainwashed millennials and realized, oh my good lord, they really do believe that. And to their credit, they point and laugh. The young men of Gen Z especially have a tough time of coming of age. The boys who were told that they were too toxic, their future was female. They watched mutely as girls were handed out all kinds of honors and awards and participation trophies. The Boy Scout troops were opened up to girls, ending the last boys-only bastion in the country, even as girls-only spaces were praised, funded, and expanded. Facts. Yet despite the throwaway feminism and their gilded allies' best efforts, these boys managed to grow into young men who don't hate themselves. On the contrary, they think they're actually quite all right. While the angry, pink-haired millennial women who go "Ree!" who couldn't stop sobbing when Hillary lost, and who ruined school, Star Wars, and comics are the ones with the problem. But there's something even worse, more dangerous, more insidious to the left and the boys of Gen Z refusal to become submissive, self-loathing eunuchs. They have an abiding, sardonic sense of humor. Many say that 24 is shaping up to be a repeat of 16. There are certainly current conditions that support that premise. One of them is that maybe well hung for a sheep as a lamb attitude is making a comeback. In 2016, that meant voting for the guy who joked about grabbing women by the pink hat. In 23, as blue-eyed harpies and damaged alphabet people shriek at you because you're a racist, sexist, homo, trans, xenophobic, or whatever the flavor is that week. It means you shouldn't disappoint them. Embrace it. Become it. Fulfill their wildest, unsafe victim of violent ideal fantasies. And then, as you confirm their bias, as their eyes well up in terror, savor and enjoy the hysteria. Yes. Embrace it. Love it. I know I do. Gen Z bros are going to see Barbie so they can emulate for laughs Ken's character arc as summarized in Slate. Barbies and Kens are under an impression that their matriarchal utopia is a mirror of the real world. Surely decades of playing with highly accomplished dolls must have overcome whatever biases existed in darker pre-Mattel times. But when the Barbie and Ken make their way to LA, in an attempt to track down the source of disturbance in Barbie's land's perpetual bliss, they find themselves in a place that's far less progressive. What? and far less pink than their own. Barbie gets catcalled on the street and discovers that the company marketing her girl power brand is run by men? But Ken discovers something different, a world where men hold power, where they are noticed, admired, a place where men matter. Ken is the closest thing Barbie has to a villain, unless you count the patriarchy itself. Upon returning to Barbie Land, he and other Kens take control in a bloodless coup. And by the time Barbie makes her way back, she is literally displaced. Her dream home is now Ken's Mojo Dojo Casa house. And the Barbies who once ruled the world wear frilly made outfits and serve cocktails. My thoughts. I want to do a short one here. Everybody was jumping all over the Barbie hype. And don't get me wrong, the movie came out on full blast. 75 million in its opening day. The largest opening day in that day's movie history. Now, we all know why. It wasn't because of those like myself, Gen Xers, being dragged to the theaters by their wives or by their girlfriends. It was mothers, fathers who were taking their little 7, 8-year-olds who play with Barbies to this movie thinking, well, it's just like The Lion King. Well, it's just like Super Mario Brothers. It's a family film. Well, not really. Everything that I've read, everything that I've seen. Now, I personally haven't seen the movie. Let's make that clear. I personally haven't seen the movie because I don't give two fucks about Barbie. I really don't. But I did a lot of reading and a lot of trailer watching, a lot of clip watching in regards prior to doing this, and of course, the article in PJ Media. Sadly, this movie is going to make, well, not sadly, because it's fortunate for third wave feminists to praise this movie as being the greatest thing under the sun. Greatest thing since sliced bread. Because it's about time Barbie fought the patriarchy. She's empowered. She's woman. Hear me roar. Well, little 8 and 9 and 10-year-olds, little girls, will continue to play Barbie. They will. They'll continue to play with the Barbies and the dream houses and the cars and Ken and what have you. And that's fine. Because 99% of this movie, well, I won't say 99%. 90% of this movie is going to go over their heads. They'll recognize the scenes. The one thing that I've noticed about Barbie is that it's beautifully well done. The pink house, the cars, everything pretty much is like visually, it is stunning, and it is Barbie overload. It is somebody just vomited Barbie onto the screen. So the kids, little girls, are going to like that. But when it comes to the actual storyline, it's going to go over their heads. And most parents of little kids, of little girls, are not going to really go to care. Now, they are going to understand it. And of course, the dads who are being dragged to this movie are going to be like, yeah. But this movie is what it is. It's about slamming men. Left, right, center. All day, every day, 7 days a week and twice on weekends. That's what it is. And the feminazis love it. It's funny how the feminazis hated this character 40, 50, 60 years ago because it was unrealistic, tall, skinny, blonde, beautiful. Not representation of what American women and girls are really like. But girls loved it. Now we're 64 years later and little girls still love it. But now, after, from what I read, a couple of decades of trying to get this movie made, it finally got made. It's making bank. But it's not because of the little girls and their parents that take them. It's because of the Gen Z whack jobs, the morons, the idiots, the cretins, who believe that we got them now. We got the patriarchy on the run. Yet at the end of the day, you still have men on Mattel's board who are still peddling Barbie for your little girl. And that's a fact. So, suck it. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganza. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it, hit the notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. And we'll catch you next time. Peace.